Cyanogenmod, a very brave community that transformed into a company, is no longer with us. They went through a lot to be in this position where they are now. We love them in spite of their controversies and the statements they've made. Back in 2009, using root access, Steve Condict and Kirk McMaster founded Cyanogenmod, which was the only source of a bloat-free Android operating system, which was first released on the HTC G1. Cyanogenmod has been in play ever since Android Cupcake, which was named Cyanogenmod 3, which just proves how long they've been with us. Till the late September of 2009, Cyanogenmod shipped with apps that belong to Google like Gmail, Maps, YouTube, Hangouts, etc. Then Google sent this letter to Cyanogenmod stating they can't do so, and thus you flash a zip file named gapps every time after you flash a ROM.
I don't like TouchWiz, I don't like HTC Sense. Whenever I want to put a device closer to stock Android, my first bet is usually Cyanogenmod.
Cyanogenmod 7, which was based on Android 2.3 Gingerbread, was probably the most famous version of Cyanogenmod. The initial build got released on February 2011. It was one of the most smoothest builds of Cyanogenmod, leaving out Cyanogenmod 11. Cyanogenmod 8 didn't even come to play as Google didn't release the sources for Honeycomb. Cyanogenmod 9, however, was based off Android ICS, which stands for Ice Cream Sandwich, based off Android 4.0. It was the biggest redesigns of Android back then, and it gave an update to phones which were stuck on Gingerbread. After CM9 came CM10, which was based on Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. This was followed by CM10.1 and CM10.2. This included the M builds, which were stable builds of these Cyanogenmods. Cyanogenmod 11 got released on the 5th of December 2013. The M builds were now available for a lot of other devices, and this was a huge turning point for the whole company. They have transformed from a community and into an actual community. They were named the Cyanogenmod Inclusive now. Their offices were set in Palo Alto, California and in Seattle. They teamed up with the startup named OnePlus and gave us this remarkable phone, which was the OnePlus One, which no Android enthusiast can never forget in their life. This was based off Cyanogenmod 11 M9 or the Cyanogenmod 11S.
I've been using Cyanogenmod for over 3 years till now, and I always flash this on every mobile I get my hands on. I just feel sorry for those who haven't experienced Cyanogenmod in their phone.
After that, at least in India, the name Cyanogenmod started turning out a lot of heads. Of course, Cyanogenmod becoming Cyanogenmod Inc. started a lot of controversies. The people who have developed ROM for the Cyanogenmod in the past started to think they were left out without any compensation. Along with Cyanogenmod 11 came an Apollo player and the Trebuchet launcher, which became the default launcher for Cyanogenmod 11 in the future.
First off, I'm not a Cyanogenmod user, but once it was closed, all my friends were talking about it, and I asked them what it is, and I asked them to explain what it is. They explained, and they also gave me a phone running on CM Cyanogenmod on it for me to use. After I used it, I think I'm so unfortunate to not experience it before.
Cyanogenmod 12 was based off Android Lollipop. An Indian OEM, which was owned by Micromax, started to ship their phones with Cyanogenmod OS 12. This was the turning point for the company OnePlus, because they had to stop shipping their phones with Cyanogenmod, which ultimately gave rise to Oxygen OS.
I'm an iOS user, and before that I had a Moto G. I did some crazy things with that, and I was scared to root my phone, and I asked help from BG, and we were meeting first time, I guess. We were meeting for the first time, I guess. And we became friends because of that. I love the Cyanogenmod in my Moto G. I love it. It made many things smooth and the performance was good.
CM 12.1 was the time Cyanogenmod started releasing snapshot builds, which were more stable builds of their Android builds. The Zook Z1 from Lenovo and a lot of Wiley Fox devices started using Cyanogen OS as their full-time stock home by this time. Cyanogenmod 13 was released on November 13, 2015. The number of builds they supported initially were low and they gradually increased over time. Cyanogenmod 14, however, was built off Android Nougat, which soon transitioned to Nougat 7.1. These were work in progress for many devices in the XDA community. On 23rd of December 2016, just 2 days away from Christmas, we got some heartbreaking news from Cyanogenmod. They said that they will be leaving us and discontinuing all their services from the 31st of December 2016. This sure broke a lot of hearts, especially for the ones in the Android community. Cyanogenmod has definitely made a lot of errors in the past, along with a lot of good things in their existence. We have decided to not include many of their controversies in this video. We'll definitely miss them, and I personally think that Cyanogenmod will stay closer to my heart than any other ROM dev community ever will. Lineage OS will be replacing Cyanogenmod, but I guess Cyanogenmod, at least the name, will stay closer to my heart more than ever now.